Welcome back in the kitchen with Angie from the Beef Council, and we're doing another roast. This one's a tribute to the Northwoods, so got some different vegetables in there that you don't normally see in the regular pot roast recipe. You know, it's just kind of fun, something different.
Yeah, warm, hearty cooking.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
Comfort food.
Bring it on.
This one's called Northwoods Beef Pot Roast. So since we're celebrating Wisconsin today, we have a lot of Northwoods in Wisconsin.
We do. I'd love to go up to the cottage and kind of hang out, relax, make a roast. So chuck roast, is that what it is?
Chuck roast. This is just a straight up chuck roast. It's a big one. It's about 3 pounds.
Okay.
So I always look for big roasts because my family likes leftovers or planned overs.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
It's great the next day, so the bigger the better is how I go.
Me too.
So we're just going to season this with garlic.
Okay.
So a tablespoon of garlic. I just used a minced out of the jar. And then called for a pepper seasoning blend. I used Montreal because I have that and I love the flavor of it. And it's going to give this roast an awesome flavor.
Okay.
So just mix that up. So we got a wet rub. We're going to pat this on.
Smells delish.
And get that good and do both sides. And then you have some oil heating
I do.
in our stock pot.
Just like we did the brisket. You know, preheat that pan. We want to sear it, give it some extra flavor. And I noticed you didn't skimp on the garlic or the Montreal seasoning. It's a big piece of meat. Season the heck out of it, right?
Exactly. Some of the best steaks I've ever had have been, I thought they were over seasoned, but they were great.
Yeah, I know. Once you get it cooking, and yeah, I agree.
Okay. So I'll use this tongs and put it right in for you.
Yep. Standing back.
Just going to sear this guy.
Okay. And we're going to cook it in the same pot that we sear it in.
Yes.
So a really big pot, which is really nice. This one actually could even go in the oven, which is nice if you didn't want to, you know, not do pot roast on the.
And it's got a nice tight fitting lid.
Perfect.
If you don't have a tight fitting lid, if it broke or something, use foil.
Yep.
That'd be fine.
Perfect.
Just need to keep that heat and the liquid in there so it doesn't evaporate.
Got it.
So this is a nice moist heat cooking method.
Okay, so we've got some different vegetables that we talked about. We've got some carrots, which usually I put carrots in my pot roast. So we just chunk them up? Is that how you
like 2-inch chunks.
Okay. Then we've got some red potatoes. More potatoes, more better in my house. And the little guys, you don't really even have to cut too much.
Yeah, have them.
Yeah. This one maybe we'll do in quarters. Now, this is where it takes a little bit of a different turn. We've got some leek and parsnips.
Parsnips. Some nice root vegetables.
So when you do the leek, do you just kind of slice it?
Yeah, I did 2-inch chunks and then just sliced it in half.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because it's kind of that mild onion flavor. Just have to clean leeks really well. You don't use the greens, but boy, do they have great flavor. I mean, they're fantastic. Does that look good?
Yes.
And then parsnips.
Parsnips, I just do those kind of like the carrots.
Okay.
They'll cook really similar to the carrot.
And that's something I think that you could get the kids to eat those. You know, they kind of like potatoes and carrots together. And something a little different. Could you find them at the grocery store? No problem?
Yes, they were right there.
So you just peel them and...
Yep, I just used my vegetable peeler. I peeled them, cut the ends off just like I did my carrots, and they're starting to get a little brown, but I peeled them yesterday.
Next time I do a pot roast, I seriously am going to add some of those in there. Okay, so now...
Flip him over.
Flip him over.
We'll sear him. So we're taking the extra time to get a nice sear on him, to get that nice dark brown caramelization.
We've got also some great bits in the bottom there. Great flavor.
So then we're going to add just beef broth.
Okay.
So about 1 cup of beef broth, and then kosher salt pepper mixture. You can put a couple pinches in.
Okay.
I'll salt him up right now. And then you want to cover this, do a nice low simmer, so a nice low bubble for 2 hours.
Okay.
And then after 2 hours, we add all the vegetables.
Okay.
And then we simmer another 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
So when your potatoes are done, they're nice and tender, you know everything's done.
Okay, so don't put those veggies in until that last hour of cooking or so. That's key. Otherwise, they'll get mushy, mushy, mushy.
Right.
And we don't want that. Okay, so here's our roast.
Here's our done roast. We put him right on this platter.
You bet. Oh my gosh, and the vegetables look fantastic. Oh, look at this.
He's probably going to fall apart.
Yeah, I was going to try and get it off in one piece, and I don't think that's going to happen, and that's a good thing. It's beautiful. And then just take the veggies and kind of...
Yeah, can get them out. And then what juice is remaining, we can add a little cornstarch and water.
Oh.
And thicken and make a really, really delicious beef gravy.
1 dish to wash, too, which is great. It's all right in here.
This is going to feed a big crew, too.
Yep. That rib sticking kind of comfort fall winter food. So the to thicken up the gravy, let's get one little bit more of the beef out there.
Okay.
Hot beef sandwiches, I'm thinking. Ooh. Ooh. So just cornstarch.
2 tablespoons of cornstarch with
A little bit of water.
4 tablespoons of water.
Yum. Recipes you can get for both the roast that we did and those cheesy bacon beer potatoes on our website. You can also call the Beef Council. The number's right here, and they will send out today's recipes for you, the roast recipes, free. So we'll be back to wrap things up. Stay with us.